Hi everybody, welcome to another tutorial. My name is Agnes. In today's tutorial I'll show you how I made this top. I used different stitches. At the bottom I have the cross stitch, in the sides I have the shell stitch, and the bra cups are made up of the half double crochet stitch. So it's a whole lot of different stitches, I think, which make it really look unique and pretty. So if you're interested in making it, we are going to be beginning with the bra cups and then we proceed on. So let's go straight into the tutorial. I'll be making a size extra small in this tutorial. So for the materials, I'll be using this yarn and it is from Regia. It's 50 grams each, 210 meters. It recommends a 2 to 3 millimeter hook size. However, I will be doubling the strand. So I'll be using a 3.5 millimeter hook for this, since I'm using 2 strands at a go. And I only have 2 skeins, so I hope there will be enough to finish this project while I double the strand. And I wouldn't recommend this for the kind of top I'm making because it's not, I think it will be a bit itchy, but it's the only yarn that I had and I love the colors, so I decided to use it. But I think I'll have to wear something under, like breast pads or something, just so that it doesn't itch my skin. So yeah, it is 75% wool and polyester, 25%, if that's what they call it. I was gifted this, so I don't know, I think it's a German brand or maybe not. Okay, so you will need scissors and a tape measure, and like I said, I'm using a 3.5, so you can use any other yarn of your choice and the hook size of your choice. Yeah, let's begin. I am a size extra small and I'll be making a bra cup. I already have one, so we are going to start with one bra cup first, and I want to make a chain of 3 inches for the start. If you are bigger boobs, then you can add a few chains or a few inches, let's say half an inch for each size. Okay, so yeah, this is for extra small, and I'll be making 15 chains as the foundation chain. So this is my yarn. I'm doubling the strand, so yeah. So I will make a slip knot. And I am going to make 15 chains. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. 15 chains, and this should be about 3 inches. Okay, so I got my 3 inches. For every additional size, you can add at least half an inch. So 3 inches, and now I'm going to make half double crochets. We will be working with half double crochets, so I'm going to yarn over and I skip the first chain and the second chain, and into the third chain I make a half double crochet. So I go in like this, yarn over, pull through, and then I have 3 loops, and then yarn over, pull through all 3. So that is 1. I go into the next, I make my second half double crochet, third half double crochet, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, so I have 1 left here, and this is where I want to make the increase. So in this last one I have 12. Now in this 13th chain I'm going to insert 2 half double crochets, so 2 half double crochets, right? And then I will chain 2, yarn over, and in that very same chain I'll insert 2 more half double crochets. So in this corner here I have 4 half double crochets separated by chain 2, and then I'll yarn over and now work backwards down here. So I should be making 12 half double crochets again. So that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, so this is the end of my first row. Now for second row I'm going to chain 2, turn my work, and I am going to work all the way up, so half double crochets, and this is going to be our first one. The chain 2 does not count as a stitch, so I'll go in here and work all the way up. And I'm at the top, and this in this chain 2 here that I had, this chain 2 space, I'm going to work 2 half double crochets in there. And forgive me if I said double crochet, I mean half double crochet. I'm so used to working with double crochets now, forgetting. Then we're going to chain 2 and into that same space I'll make 2 half double crochets. Okay, so we have 4 in that space separated by that chain 2, and then I'll just work half double crochets all the way down. And I'll put my last stitch in here between the double crochet, which is half double crochet, which was the last one, between the half double crochet and the chain. Okay, so this is what I have, my second. So for my third row I will chain 2, turn my work, and work the same. And you are going to work until you get to the top. Once you're here, do the same thing we did with row 2. So I'll repeat row 2, and I will keep doing that until I have same number of rows. So I had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 rows, and this oopsie, sorry. This fits, it's 6 inches from bottom to here, and it fits from my side to the center of my my boobs when I stretch it a bit, because it will be a little bit stretched. Yeah, so do the same until you have enough coverage for your boobs, and then I'll meet you once we both have 2 of these. So I do have this and 2 of them. You should have the same, and we are now going to do the below part also, which includes the behind. So how I determine how many inches I want to do is I'm gonna measure this, and as you can see, for me it's about 12 inches. Yeah, so 12 inches. You're gonna take your under bust measurements, subtract 10 get us for the space at the back and also for the stretch. So under bust measurements, subtract 10. My under bust measurements is 28. My under bust measurements is 28. When I subtract 10, I'm remaining with 18 inches. However, I already have 12 inches here. So what's remaining is only 6 inches for me. Okay, which means one side I will have 3, one side 3, that makes it 6. 6 plus 12 is 18, and that is what I want my top to be. Okay, so take your measurements, under bust measurements, subtract 10 what you have, then take this what you have remaining, subtract that what you have remaining, subtract these inches from here to here, and then whatever you have remaining, just divide it by 2. Does it make sense? It sounds like a lot of math, but it's simple math. Okay. All right, so I am going to chain 3 inches because I have 3 inches on each side. All right, so this is me, and I am going to chain 3 inches. Okay, so let's see how many. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 15. Let's see, these are 3 inches. Yeah, 15 is 3 inches, but I want mine to be open at the back, but if you want it more closed, then you can add more inches. Okay, if you want more closed, then you can add more inches. So I want this to be my outside, this and this to be my right side, so I will start from here. So get one of the cups, and I will reconnect my yarn at the bottom. This is going to be the bottom, so we are going to make to reconnect here like this. Okay, and I'm going to chain this, and yeah, that will be it. So if you had not cut off your yarn, it would be easier, but I had plans for a different design, and then yeah, I made this. So if you didn't cut off your yarn, just make this with this chain. Continue once you get here, just continue like that. And I will also go on the other side, and I will make reattach here and make 15 chains. I reattach in this last stitch, and I'm going to make 15 chains. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So this should be my 3 inches, right? So since I'm here now, I'm going to start on the row, and I'm going to be working with double crochet, so which means now I'm going to add 3 chains to my 15. 1, 2, 3. Okay, and then I will turn my work. Okay, and then yarn over and skip these first 3 chains, and into the 4th chain I'm going to work a double crochet, and then I'll go into the next chain, work a double crochet, double crochet, double crochets, so let's see how many I have. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So this is going to be my 15th, which is my last one. Okay, and now I'm back to the main part, so I will make one here, and I'm going to work double crochets until I have, let's see how many. So once I'm here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 stitches left, then I'll meet you. Okay, so I have here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 remaining without counting this chain space. And here, since it is at the middle, it's going like this, we are going to use a triple crochet for this part. So I'll go, you yarn over twice, 1 and then twice, and then I go in, yarn over, pull through, then yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, and yarn over, pull through 2. Okay, so we are working with a triple crochet here. So that's my second one, 3, working with 2 strands can be tricky sometimes. All right, so this is what I have, and now we want to come to this one. However, before we go to that one, we are also going to work in here. So I'll go into this chain space and I'll make that triple, and then I'll go straight to this other side and make one here, one triple, and then I am going to go ahead and make 6 triples. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, and this is going to be the last one. And once I have my 6 triples, okay, looks like this, and so I'm going to now resort to double crochets. So it is now double crochets, and I'm going to work double crochets all across until I'm at the end here. Okay, so I came all the way from this side to this side, and I have my 15 on this side. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to chain 3, turn my work, and I am going to count this chain 3 as a stitch. Okay, so I would work my first stitch in here. Okay, however, I will skip this stitch, okay, and work in these 2 first. So I will do, so this is the first stitch, skip the second one and work into the third one. I'll work a double crochet and then go into the fourth one, work a double crochet, and then now go back to the one that I skipped and make a cross stitch, which is basically a double crochet, just crossing over the others. Okay, then next is I'm gonna skip this one and work into the next 2. So skip one, work into the next 2, and I'm going to work double crochet and my second double crochet, and then go backwards to where I skipped and work that stitch as a double crochet. It crosses over the 2. Okay, so one more time, skip one, go into the next 2, double crochet, double crochet, and then backwards to the one I skipped. Oh, working with double strands can be stressful, like this, and then finish it off like that. All right, so you are going to work all that across here, even where you had the trebles. We are now working the cross stitch all the way to the end, and I will meet you there. So I'm coming to the end and I only have 3 stitches left, and I don't want to end my stitches with a cross stitch, so I'm just gonna work 3 double crochets in that. Okay, since the chain 3 counts as a stitch, I'll work on top of it as my last stitch. Then I'll chain 3, chain 3, turn your work and over, and this counts as a stitch, so I will leave it alone, and I'm going to work 2 stitches, double crochets in this. So where there's double crochets, I'll work double crochets and then begin the X stitch on top of the X stitch. Okay, so which means these 3 make up the X stitch, right? So I'm going to work in these 2 and then come back to this. So skip 1, work in 2, double crochet, double crochet, and then go back to this that I skipped like that and finish my double crochet. So same thing is going to happen here. I will skip 1, work in these 2, so double crochet, double crochet, and then backwards. Okay, so you're going to work that like that until you're here. So I came all the way to this side and I did my last cross stitch here. However, I have this chain 3 here which counts as a stitch, so on top of it I'll make a double crochet. Okay, so I'm going to chain 3. The chain 3 counts as a stitch, so turn my work, and now I make a cross stitch on top of this cross stitch. So I'll work in this first 2 and then go back to this one that I skipped. And this is going to be the pattern for the rest of the top below. So do till you have the length that you want. Just repeat this until you have the length of the top that you want, and then I'll come so that we can make the back nice and neat for where to put the strap. Okay, just continue going like all the way here and back and forth. This is where I am. I went ahead and did 6 rows, and this is just an equivalent of 3 inches I did 3 inches long, and I ended up on this side, so I want to make up the place where we can put our straps. I will use shells for this, so I'm gonna chain 1, yarn over, and I will skip this row here and this next row, and in the middle here on top of the row 2, see, this was 1 row, this is the 2nd row, and on top here I'll go into that stitch and make 4 double crochets, and then I'll go ahead and chain 2 and go in here and make 4 double crochets. Okay, so I made 4, chain 2, then 4, and now I'm going to skip this row, then this row, and then on top of this one I'm going to make a single crochet. Okay, and then row this row, on top of this I will make another shell. Chain 2 and then 4. Okay, and then I will just go here on top and make a single crochet like that. So I have 2 shells, maybe you have more depending on the length of your top. Then I'm going to go here I'll make a single crochet in every stitch here. In the corner, and then I want to make shells all over this place, so I'll skip this row, and then here in the middle I will make a shell. And then I'll skip this row and this row, and here a single crochet, and then I'll skip this row and this row, and in this row I'll make another shell. That's in the top of that row. I'll make another shell. I'm going to do that until I'm at the top here. Okay, so I went all the way and up to here. Now I want to go down like this. So I already made my single crochet at the top. Now I'm working down here, so I'll yarn over and I'm going to skip 3, and into the 4th stitch, that is where I will make my shell. And then I'll chain 2 and insert 4 more double crochets, and that is 4. then I will skip 1 2 3, and in the 4th I'll make a single crochet. And then I'll skip 1 2 3, and in the 4th one I'll make another shell. And I'm just going to continue doing this. I'll see you here so I can show you what we do with here. So once I got here and I skipped 3, and in the 4th I did a single crochet. So down here I'm not going to put a shell, so what I will do is I'll just continue to single crochet, and in this middle, this is where we had the chain 2 for both. I'll just go in and make a single crochet like that to join them together. Okay, and then I'll single crochet here, 1, and then 2, and then make this one now. So skip 3, 1 2 3, and in the 4th I'll make a shell. 1 2 3 4, shell. And then I'll skip 1 2 3, and in the 4th one a single crochet. Okay, so I have it like this, and I will continue to do this, and then down, then single crochets here, and then sew just to match this other side. Okay, just go like this, and then like this, single crochets, and down here to match the other side, and then I will come back. So I'm done with both sides, and this is how it looks like. And basically this was my plan, to leave it like this, and I did some chains here at the top to work as the straps. However, I'm going to be doing, I had some yarn left, and I decided, you know what, let me just continue and be done with this whole yarn. So I added this bottom part, which is really unnecessary if you don't want it, but yeah, let's see what it brings. So I skipped this. I want to begin from around here because my yarn is not that much either way. So I skipped some of these cross stitches, and I'm going to start from right here. Okay, this stitch before my next cross stitch, I am going to reattach my yarn. I'll do it on this side, so let's count and see. 6. So I skipped 6 cross stitches, and in the last cross stitch, that's where I reattached my yarn in that last stitch, and I am going to begin here. So chain 3, and I will make a cross stitch here. So I skip 1. I did it wrong. I skipped 2 instead of 1. So skip 1, and work in the next 2 stitches with double crochets. And then I go back to the one that I skipped and make a cross stitch. And then I'm going to work cross stitches all across until I have 6 cross stitches left, and yeah, that's where I will stop, so that the 2 sides are matching, and I'll meet you there. All right, so I came all the way to this other side, and I will just insert a double crochet in my last stitch, then turn my work, and now I'm going to chain 1 because we are going to be reducing. So I'm going to go into this next stitch with a single crochet, go into the next one with a single crochet, and now I have reduced. So now I'm going to go into the next one, make a single crochet, and then chain 2 and make a cross stitch in the next cross stitch, chain 3, sorry. So which means I have reduced 1 cross stitch because I did not work in the first cross stitch. However, I worked single crochets in that cross stitch. Okay, so I'll continue working cross stitches until I get to the side, to the other side, and I'll meet you there so that I can show you how to reduce at the end. So we are going to be making reductions at the beginning and at the end of every row. All right, I'll meet you here. So I'm coming to the end, and this is going to be my last one. So I'll make my last cross stitch, and then in the last one I will make a double crochet, and then chain 1, turn my work, and now another reduction. So single crochets, 3 single crochets in the next 3 stitches, and in that third single crochet I'll go ahead and chain 3. And then make a cross stitch. So I just made another reduction, and it's just going to be a repetition of this pattern, reducing at the beginning and at the end of the row until I have about 2 cross stitches to go. All right, so remember to reduce on both sides. So once I was done to the last 2, I made a shell at the bottom, and you can also do the same if you wish. And I cut the yarn off, weaved in the excess yarn, and basically this is how it looks. I put this at the top, it's just chains, and now when I want to wear it, I just put it on, and then these are going to be going in these shells in the middle here where we left that chain 2. That's where this will be passing, and you can just tie them the way you wish, what you find comfortable for you. You could go into this one too if you wish. It's just up to you. If you want extra, something more stable, then you could go into this and that, and then here at the bottom like that, like that, and like that. Okay, and then you can just tie them here. So that is it. I hope you like it. If you do, let me know if you'll be making it, and if you do make it, then tag me on social media. It's AC Crochet on all social media platforms. So thank you so much for watching. See you in the next tutorial. Bye.